Hey there everybody, welcome to Storytime with Jasper. I hope that you are all doing well today and that you are ready for another story. Now, make sure that you're all set for our story. Get all comfortable, make sure you have a nice comfortable place to sit down. Maybe you have your favorite plushie with you. I have Zilla with me as always, and we are about to jump in to another story. Our story is a book written by a fellow by the name of Don Freeman called Corduroy. So Corduroy is this little bear in green overalls. And so we're going to hear about the story of Corduroy. Alrighty everyone? So, are you ready to get started? Make sure you got your plushie with you. Zilla, you ready? Yes, alright. Let's get our story started with Corduroy. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. There's Corduroy. He's a little toy bear waiting to be taken home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Can you see? Can you see our young friend Corduroy not being taken? See, then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there is the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." So there is Corduroy. He's missing a strap though? I didn't notice. Did you notice? Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." There he is. He's got his plan in motion. He's going to go find his lost button. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving underneath him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. There he goes. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was a most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." That doesn't look like a palace to me, but it looks like a palace to Corduroy. He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And he crawled into a large, thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, there's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. I don't think he's going to be getting that off anytime soon. He yanked and pulled with both paws until, pop! Off came the button. And off the mattress, Corduroy toppled, bang, into a tall floor lamp, and it fell over with a crash. Whew. That's not a good sound. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above when he heard the crash, and he came dashing down the escalator. "Now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." There he is. He's going to check out what is going on. He flashed his light under and over all the sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" There he is. He found Corduroy and his tiny little brown ears. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with all the other animals and toys. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." Aw, she had enough money to pick up Corduroy. "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and she gave him a really big hug. The end. And that is the sweet story of Corduroy, written by Don Freeman. So, Corduroy wasn't all that complete. He was very sweet, but he was missing something. He was missing his button. Do you ever felt like you are missing something? It doesn't necessarily have to be a button on your shirt. I'm just talking about if you've ever been missing something. Like, what if Zilla was gone? What if he was just not here with me? What if I didn't have him here? Do you think I might be upset? I would be. Zilla is my favorite plushie. He lights up and everything. Look. Ha! Zilla's amazing! Aren't you, Zilla? Yes. So, if you were missing something, if something was lost, you'd want to go find it. Now, when you're going about your story today, in our story of Corduroy, Corduroy lost something, and somebody else was able to give him something to make up for the thing that was lost. Have you ever been missing something, you couldn't find it, and somehow something else was given to you to replace it? Maybe you went out and bought it yourself. Maybe it was given to you as a gift. I can't imagine if somebody had to replace Zilla, but if somebody found somebody that was like Zilla, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know what it could be that you've maybe lost sometime before, but I hope that you are surrounding yourself with good friends and family that are helping to make your story a good story. So, with that, that was the story of Corduroy. We're gonna get going now, so I hope that you all take care.